family who live local to Red Hill with 4 children aged 13, 8, 5 and 1 year were supported for 11 months by Wellcare Family Centre in Red Hill. So what was the intended outcome of the support from Wellcare? The family were referred to Wellcare by school as the parents were struggling to manage the behaviour of Erin and Tom. This was the 8-year-old and the 5-year-old. It was having a significant impact on the whole family. At home, Tom was having significant meltdowns. He was struggling to manage change and becoming verbally and physically aggressive towards his sister Erin. Erin's response was to shout, which escalated the situation, and parents felt they were treading on eggshells, in their words. At school, Tom was becoming increasingly violent with his peers. Supportive strategies had been put in place by school, but weren't always effective. Parents did not always feel they had the support from school to manage his behaviour. Erin was also having her own struggles. She would frequently shout and scream, and her outbursts were becoming increasingly aggressive. On one occasion, she threw a breakable item and, on another, stood on top of an electric appliance trying to push it over. Mum did not feel she had a bond with Erin and couldn't reach out to her. At school, whilst there were no concerns about Erin's behaviour, she was struggling with building positive friendships. Dad was finding it difficult to bond with their youngest child, and he feared Mum going out, as he considered he couldn't meet his child's needs, and in these times his anxiety would increase. Both parents were struggling to get their youngest child into a good sleep pattern. She often slept in their bed and would cry if left alone, and this meant that the family often had a poor night's sleep. Although Dad was out of work, he had been receiving support to get back to work. With no income, finances were difficult, and the family needed help with managing money. A team around the family was the best way to discuss all of these needs. These meetings have been incredibly important for this family and have shown that when professionals work together, families' outcomes can be considerably improved. The children have been supported in school. The oldest child, with peer relationships and achieving academically, whilst Erin and Tom have had support to manage their feelings in school, which have had a positive impact on home life.
I've learnt about being more confident.
Parents received support to implement behaviour strategies. At first, this was reflective practice, talking about what would work and the changes they could make. Towards the end of the engagement, the parents would talk about the changes that they had made themselves, and as a result, they began to see an incredible change in their children's behaviour. The family support worker met with all the children separately during the period of intervention. It enabled their voices to be heard, but she also supported them with problem solving and strategies.
I have enjoyed the Play-Doh.
We had a number of fun sessions using Play-Doh and friendship bracelets, and Erin was anxious about a family holiday with her auntie and cousins. So the family support worker developed a book for Erin to record the holiday to later share with the family as a way of managing her anxieties. Mum was struggling with her own anxiety and unable to go into shops alone or to parenting groups for her younger children. She was advised by a teacher in the team around the family meeting to give up her monster drinks due to their link with increasing anxiety levels. At the next meeting, she was able to report that Mum had stopped drinking them and had taken steps to go into shops alone. At the following team around the family meeting, she told us that the GP had taken her off all medication to see how she could cope without it. At the time of closure, she remained off the monster drinks and medication, and was regularly going out with friends. With Mum going out, care of the children was sometimes left to Dad. Dad found an increased confidence with looking after their younger child. However, the biggest change for him was he secured a full-time job. This not only improved his self-esteem, but also improved their financial situation, although it continues to be challenging in the current climate. The family had support with getting on the housing register, accessing food bank and stripy stalk, and applying for a grant for a washing machine. This is all practical support that has an immediate impact on the family in terms of meeting their physical needs. Mum also has a stronger bond with Erin. They go out together and both feel their relationship has improved. Mum says she feels more confident to meet Erin's needs and to respond appropriately to her negative behaviour. She thinks of strategies to support her. The older son has joined the cadets and loves the challenges it gives him. He's doing well at school and asks if he needs support or someone to listen to him. He now has a mentor and is on the list for counselling.
We have learnt about each other.
Erin is more able to manage her own feelings. Sessions to look at sibling rivalry with the family support worker have helped her and her brother to recognise the happy times together and to say what they both need from each other. They wrote each other letters to say what they each needed, and they regularly read these to one another. Tom's behaviour in school has improved following meetings between parents, school and the family support worker at Wellcare. Tom has a kindness jar and a chew necklace. Aggression towards his peers has decreased. Parents have also applied for an educational healthcare plan for Tom.
We like to support each other.
Family life is now calmer. There are clear strategies in place to support the whole family. Parents have become more reflective and adapt to meet the children's needs.
We have learnt to trust each other.
Family meetings are held every Friday in the home. The youngest child has regular play sessions with her peers. She attended her first play session at Wellcare, which enabled Mum to see how much she enjoyed the company of other children and gave Mum the courage to mix with other parents and children. So, what impact has the Wellcare's intervention had on the children? Well, the oldest child now has a hobby and sees friends. Erin is more able to manage her behaviour. Tom is calmer at school and more settled. And the youngest child sees other children her own age. Feedback from the parents is as follows. Mum said, "Our family support worker was so friendly and supportive. I would highly recommend other families to come to Wellcare for help and support."